is Sheek, and this is the beat. Okay, now we are here with Miss Camille Paul, MILLY Rock, to some of y'all. So go ahead and introduce yourself, Camille.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Like she said, it's Camille Paul, but you might know me in these streets as MILLY Rock on any block. Make sure that you tap in with me. It's at MILLY Rock, MILLEYROCK, because I am not from New York, baby.
Okay, so where are you from?
You know, that's a great question. That's a really great question.
Okay.
I have lived all over the country. I was born overseas in the Netherlands, and then I moved stateside when I was like 3, and like the first state I was living in was Nevada. And then I lived in Utah. Then I lived in Colorado. Then I lived in Illinois. Then I moved down here.
Now, was this with family or by yourself?
With family.
Okay.
My dad was in the Army, so we moved around a lot. And then when he finally got out in, what was that, like 2008-ish or something like that, we were living in Utah at the time. So then after that, we kept kind of like moving just because he was trying to get back into the flow of like civilian work.
So where are you originally from?
OG, the Netherlands.
Netherlands. Where's that?
On the other side of the world, across the pond. Yeah.
Oh, so you was born overseas?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so like, you know, like Dutch people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're German?
No, Dutch.
You're Dutch.
But I'm not Dutch. I'm American.
Okay.
But my family was just stationed there.
Are you black and white, or are you just like, okay, mom black, dad black?
My mother is black.
Oh, yeah, I've seen your mom. Okay,
Yes.
okay. Wow. See, I meet a lot of military kids in Atlanta for some reason. Like, everybody's like, I'm not from here. There's a lot of people that's not from here.
Right.
Okay.
It's the transplant town.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm not from here either.
Right.
So, yeah. Okay. So, how did you get your start in media? Like, how did your journey begin?
Oh, man. So it really started when I was in high school.
Okay. In Utah?
I was living here and in Illinois at the time.
Oh, wow.
So my parents, I'm a child of divorce. So my parents were always living on opposite sides of the planet because they just really didn't get along with each other. But, you know, of course, like, you know, multiple Christmases, like when you think about it like that. But we still lived in different places. So there was a time when I was living in Illinois and went to O'Fallon High School, and they had this broadcast program that they did that you could audition for and like basically tell the school news on camera. And like I used to play basketball, still play this day.
Okay, well we gotta do a one-on-one. Okay.
Oh, you hoop?
Yeah, I guess the hoop. I was point guard, hitting them 3-pointers.
We definitely will. We definitely will because we gotta take the court.
We're gonna do something.
No, but I was playing basketball, and like for me, I never really was like, I'm gonna go pro. I'm going to the WNBA. I was like, I really need to get to college for free. And then that just really wasn't happening. So I was like, okay, well, how can I still be around sports and be on camera? Because I like to act, I like to model, but I just always ran into this thing that was like, oh, you're so short, you can't do these things, you can't do that. And I'm just one of those people, I hear the word you can't do it, and that to me sounds like a challenge.
Right.
So I was like, well, how can I be on air or like get on camera, but like it be not like a 1 in a million shot.
Right.
And I was like, oh, right, journalism.
Okay.
So then we had this program at O'Fallon, and it was like the Panther Beat. And basically you audition for it. I would be reading teleprompters, like it was like you would tell the school news. So that kind of like started the journey. And then when I came and moved back down here for my senior year in high school, we had to do this senior project. They stopped doing it after my year, but at Etowah High School, we had a senior project, and I decided to make a sports blog for my school. So I just kind of always been like obsessed, one, with sports, and then two, wanting to be on air, on camera.
Who's your
and, like,
favorite
talk to
team?
people. In what?
Sports is like all over. So
Yeah,
what's
I
your
love
favorite
sports.
sports?
Basketball.
Okay, basketball. Okay, so who's your favorite team in basketball?
Well, I'm a Laker girl.
Okay.
You know, R.I.P. Kobe all day long.
Okay.
Yeah, Los Angeles Lakers, we bleed, you know, royal purple and gold.
Okay.
But, you know, I've grown to love the Atlanta Hawks. Like, I've definitely grown to love the Hawks as well.
So we're going to have to do something with them eventually. Y'all hear that?
Yeah. I used to report on the Hawks, with Chicks in the Sports. Shout out to Chicks in the Sports.
Oh.
But yes, I used to do that. So, like, when I moved back down here after college, you know, of course, I went to college to do journalism. I went to Marquette University. Got my journalism degree, was doing way more in like the reporting field. I was on a show like that we had for our school called, we had this thing called The Wire, Marquette Wire, but that had like newspaper, radio, and television. So I did all of that, and we had the Golden Eagle Sports Report, and that's like when I really learned how to write highlights and like call them on air and like be on air and like.
So do you
interviewing
want to
people.
like be on air now? Because it seems like you have, like I would have never known all of this. Like, you know, sometimes you like go scroll on Instagram, you'll see all the content that I've created and it tells a story.
Right.
So like now, where do you see yourself in the media space? Like, how are you navigating that? Because are you like, you're more so independent, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm affiliated right now as an editor with In the City magazine, which is great. I get to write, talk about fashion, entertainment, and all the lifestyle things. Things like I really, really also love. You know, I love a good shopping day or, you know, a little beat. You know, I love a good.
Shopping.
You're right. Yes.
Okay.
It's a form of therapy sometimes.
Yes, exactly.
But
I spend all my money.
you know, for me right now, I really want to create a space that I can produce programs, like not just like talk shows or podcasts, but also creating like ads or maybe even like short films and stuff like that. So I just really like creating. So anything that I get to do in that space, like I still love modeling. So anytime I get to do that, like I just want to create that space to be able to do those things and also encourage others to do that and have like a network for people to put their content out.
Do you feel like Atlanta provides the opportunity to do these things, or do you feel like it's oftentimes you're kind of figuring all these things out? And I want to say, because at the end of the day, it's like you're figuring out by yourself, but do you feel like Atlanta provides these opportunities?
I think Atlanta provides a lot of opportunity. Like, I think I was booking it down here.
Okay.
You know, I was in Milwaukee ready to leave that tundra so bad. Like, but there was a lot going on up there as far as just broadcast, and like there was opportunities. I feel like here it's more competitive. So sometimes it can feel like there's not opportunity, but there is so many different things you can go to and create your own lane. And, you know, just being a trained journalist, you know, having that journalism degree, the story is where the people are.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily like, you don't have to go to the flashiest, flyest events in Atlanta,
exactly.
even though they happen and you want to be there. But it's like, it's a lot more like earning and who you know in Atlanta. So like when I got down here, I mean, the way that I was even able to get into the clubs and everything were DJs. Those were the people that, you know, had my back, had the access that I wanted, and then would put me in these rooms. And I'm like, okay, like, I'm not waiting in line at Opium no more. Like, I call my DJ friend, he gonna come get me.
Okay.
But, you know, through that, they'll invite you to more and more things. So it's really big here about, like, relationship building. So if you don't know how to do that, then you're probably not gonna get very far in Atlanta. But, no, I definitely think there's a lot of opportunities here to do that.
So what are some ways that you are collaborating within Atlanta and the media and creating space?
So I work with a lot of different event organizers as well as just like showcase organizers. For me, like I said, I got into Atlanta scene through music.
Right.
And through DJs. So that has led me to hosting events in the city that are artist showcases. And like even just doing that, you know, creating a podcast called New Lanta.
Okay.
And we were interviewing artists, we were interviewing entrepreneurs, and that's how we were getting to those different places. So I forgot your question. I'm not even
yeah, like, but like the question was how are you collaborating? So like you said, you're creating the shows, New Atlanta, you know, the artist showcases, hosting, exactly. So you want it, girl.
Cool.
Yeah, you want it.
Yeah, but yeah, people ask me also, you know, while I was in school, I started doing a little bit more marketing as far as like, you know, business to consumer marketing. And I was doing things like, you know, doing little pop-ups for Fox Sports Go at different sporting events or bars and stuff. And also being a brand ambassador.
Yeah.
You know, those are ways that you can get out there and not only just engage with people, but also learn how to engage with brands and learn how to maybe like plan your own event and stuff like that. So like when I got down here, I ain't had no job.
Okay.
Like I was like, oh, I thought the doors were just gonna open up, but they was like, who are you?
Right.
And I was like, it's me.
Camille,
right.
Really? What do you mean?
I came from Marquette. They said I just needed this paper and I was gonna get a job. And they're like, yeah, not so fast. But I had to like create my own job when I got down here. So like I was literally, I saw this person had a job opening at a 9-round for a trainer, and I was not a trainer.
Oh yeah,
So
9 rounds. I like. Which one was you? Which one?
In Woodstock,
Oh, but
back in hometown.
oh wow. There's so many, and there's some out here too.
Right.
So it's so many. So that's why
Right.
I'm like, oh, which one?
But I started local. You know, I
Okay.
got this job, and I was just like, okay. He needed a trainer, and I was like, but what I can do, I can't train because I don't have the license, and I'm not certified. But what I love to work out. But what I can do is I can help you get your social media off the ground.
Okay.
And because he had no social media footprint whatsoever. So I was like, let me just help you make some content. Like,
Right.
I'll help you, you know, I'll take pictures and we'll do contests and we'll do all kinds of stuff. And I'll help you just have more people engage with you. And, you know, that was going okay. But like through that, of course, I'm still going out in Atlanta. I met another brand, Clover dating app. And that's how I started getting more into the event producing.
Right.
So like I was starting to do more like brand ambassador work, and I was like pitching different places that we could go, like going to City of Ink or going to Peter Street Station. They had like one of their 420 events, and I begged Clover to let us go there and just, you know, hand out cards and condoms and whatever they wanted us to hand out. And they're like, sure, okay. So like that's kind of how I started pitching event kind of concepts or pitching, you know, promotional activations.
Do you feel like it's easier to be in media, or it's easier to do more of the content creator side of things?
I think right now, for the media part, it's probably the easiest thing to do, just because it's a lot less like fact checking that goes on in media. But the content creation side is a little harder. Both of them are not easy.
Okay.
Let me rephrase that. Neither of these are easy things to do. It seems like they are, but you can get in a lot of trouble not doing what you're supposed to do in media.
Yeah.
And that's fact checking, you know, making sure that you have permission to use people's content, you know, getting access to these events, you know, that you know people want to see, and then getting views on your stuff because
Do the views matter?
Of course they do.
Okay.
Like,
Okay,
the,
she said
the,
the
lick-
views matter.
the views, the clicks, all of that
Okay.
matters, you know, especially in media when it comes to delivering relevancy.
Yeah.
You know, of course, it's going to be so much easier if you want to talk about any gossip because gossip, you know, flies off the handles and it heats up.
Exactly.
But the problem with gossip is it's not often, you can't often fact check it.
Yeah.
So there's no real way to be like, oh yeah, that's exactly
It's
what
like
was
more
said.
more opinionated than anything.
Right,
so.
and you're gonna get into a lot more of, you know, what people hate about the shade room and everything, which is like, oh, they're tearing down our community, and it's just like, I don't think they're tearing us down so much. I think the comments is tearing down.
Right.
These people are tearing down the community.
They're
but,
just putting it out there.
right, but you know, if it's not accurate, then you got people that are saying, no, that's not true, that's not what happened, or you got sources that are using things like, you know, that are from 2016 and
Right.
trying to pass it off as it's today.
Right.
So like that's all about credibility. So I think that it's misconstrued as easy, but there is work that goes into media, and the content creation game is very much the wild, wild west, because what one person sees as value, another person sees as, oh, you could just do that so easy.
And okay.
Right, and then of course, let's say you do make a viral video. I remember a brand I was working with, I did get them a 1 million view video.
Okay.
And
Because it's not easy, y'all.
right,
It's
and it was
easy,
random.
but it's not.
Right, it was random. I mean, I was out there with him like with a trainer filming, got a shot, and I was like, well, this is trending, this sound is trending, let me put it together. And then that, for some reason, is what did 1 million.
Wow.
I've made way more creative content that get 20 views, and I'm just sitting there like, what's the problem? What did I do wrong? But, you know, once you make that one viral one, it's kind of like, oh, well, you know how to do it now, so just do it again. And it's like, right, I don't know what I exactly did,
But we can do it again.
we'll try it again.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Right.
But yeah, so I would say that it's misconstrued as easy, but it is definitely like a process to everything.
Okay. How do you like stay grounded through all of this? Like, how do you make sure that you are staying on top of things and being consistent? Because, like you said, it's not easy, and
Right.
you have different avenues. So yeah.
You know, I try to think about it like, I think right now in the media world, it's very social media heavy. So I just try to be the difference. Shout out to Marquette, because I just really feel like the way that makes me stay grounded is remembering and doing like volunteering. Like when I'm able to go out and experience and talk to real people,
Right.
not the celebrities that everyone wants to talk to, but the people that we forget about that be out here. Like, I was just at our house for the 424 Gives Giving Back dinner, Thanksgiving dinner. And just even seeing those ladies, like, you know, being around them, there's like real stuff that happens in this world that does not get attention. And
what's the 424 Gives?
So 424 is actually a fashion brand.
Okay.
And then the 424 Gives is the philanthropic side of them, the charity portion. So they do a charity event. I think they do at least like 2 a year. Okay. And this one that they did was for our house to give the ladies that are in there that may be experiencing domestic violence, homelessness, and low income an opportunity to have some good food from celebrity Chef Maurice and Chef Grub.
Okay, I would have to check that out.
Yeah, it was really good. I brought some of my little clothes up there.
Yeah, I would have loved that. Like,
yeah.
I did like a philanthropy event, and I just gave back to women and children just because that's dear to me. So I just love when I hear other people actually doing real things, because that's real. And not saying these carpets and stuff aren't, but it's like, how do we get back to the foundation?
Yeah, so that always helps me. I like doing any type of like volunteering just because that always helps me stay like, okay, there's a world outside of my phone. There's a world outside of the timeline, like, you know, and that does, like, it fills your soul up, because it's just like sometimes you just feel like everything has to be so glitzy, glammy, perfect, and it's like there's things that aren't perfect, but the moments that I get to dance with a little girl who's just having a good ass time, you know, it's like, oh, right, all this other stuff like probably really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. So I like to do that. Of course, I like to go shopping. You know, looking good.
Where do you like to shop at?
Right now, I have a real bad habit at Akira.
Oh.
They really got me in a chokehold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Akira is good, but sometimes they be a little pricey, and I'm like, is this gonna last long? This stuff do last long.
Sometimes.
Exactly.
Sometimes. Actually, Akira, that's what we needed to talk about. Okay. Because why your stuff always be breaking? At the zipper, specifically at the zipper.
And it'd be like $50 a net for stuff. So,
right, so confused.
Yeah.
Confused.
So how would you describe your style?
I would say that I like to wear like, you know, like baddie fits.
Yeah.
I'd be like a little bit more like a baddie.
Okay, you is a baddie.
Right.
She be killing it.
Right. I like to dress a little bit like a baddie, but sometimes like I'm not gonna be like crazy out there, like, but like I don't mind showing a little skin, you know.
Yeah, not like the skirt with the booty out that be touching every like public.
We definitely need to release our sisters from the mini skirt. It's crazy, but you know, I love a good skirt. Like, so I'm definitely like a girl's girl, but sometimes I throw in like a little bit like of a sporty mode in there. So like I like to wear like leggings or any like jersey. Like I'll wear that. So kind of like sporty glam. Like street glam. Okay. That's how I'd like to describe myself.
And then you say you like, you know, the makeup, the beat. What are your favorite makeup products right now?
Oh, I love the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow gel. That saves my life.
And your brows look amazing, by the way. Just
Thank
look at
you.
the for the people. Yeah, glam shot, boom.
Yes. No, I love that. I like the L'Oreal telescopic mascara. That is like, I know all the girls love the Better Than Sex Too Faced mascara, but I really love the telescopic.
That's not the one with the pink, like the back of the day pink. Okay.
It's gold. Okay. I really just like that one so much. Even though it's drugstore, I really love it. I finally got put onto Juvia's Palace concealer. Okay. Really like their concealer a lot too. And then, let me see if I have anything. Beauty products, does perfume count?
Yeah. Okay. Because we need to know the perfumes. I need some more perfumes.
YSL Black Opium.
Got it in my bathroom. Okay.
Oh, I love that scent. It smells so good. I'm like, I feel rich when I put it on. Okay. Every time.
I've been like, when I used to work at Sephora, I would just like spray like the sample of it until I made enough money to actually buy the full size bottle. Yeah. And then when I finally worked at Nordstrom, I finally bought the big bottle. So that's actually, you'll be surprised it lasted this long. Yeah. Granted, I need a new one, but new one for Christmas, Poppy, you got me. Okay. But yeah, that's my favorite.
I love it. I love it. It smells so good. So good. But yeah, those are some of my favorite products right now. And then Mayo.
I was gonna say, hair
pomegranate, curl coil cream or whatever. I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's in a tub.
The coil custard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. The pomegranate one.
Yes, I was
so
just
good.
using that on my hair because it just smells so good.
Yes,
Yeah, and it makes the
yes.
curls really soft too. So like they're not crunchy,
Yep.
but I like that. I like that. I love that for us because in this space you gotta kind of know how to do your makeup, your hair,
Yes.
style yourself. And if you don't, then I don't know what some people are doing.
Right.
I don't.
But that's why I did fall in love with Akira.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sean Crawford, New Flawless. He be styling the hella girls in
yeah.
there, but he always just, when I go in there, he be making me feel good.
Which one's this at?
He's at the perimeter one. He be
Okay.
at the perimeter location. Y'all don't need to go over there and see him because he belongs to me. But I'm just
Right.
kidding. No.
Okay.
And then I recently was getting my makeup done by this young lady named Jariel.
She did a really good job.
She did a great job. Yeah.
And I met her at your last hosting. Well, not the last one because this girl be moving, but the last one I went to. So tell me a little bit about her and then that project that you were working on.
Yeah, so shout out to Jariel. Make sure y'all go get your face beat by her. If you're not getting it beat by she, get it beat by her.
Period.
But I was the host of the first ever ladies only Delete or Heat and Hers artist showcase and concert at East Atlanta Village Treehouse. It was really, really fun. I mean, these ladies are running the music industry. I'm sorry, but the girlies got it.
Yeah.
And it was so interesting because every time I'm in EAV Treehouse, any showcase that they do, I'm always so impressed by the ladies that come on stage, or the men that come on stage, because I'm never hearing all the same music. Sometimes some of them having a little, Paramore moment.
Okay.
Or some of them are really like having great rap lyrics or
Right.
amazing singers, like just really soulful R&B. One girl, she's like a psychedelic R&B. Like, I'm like, okay, like we're seeing different music trends happening. So that's why I feel like in Atlanta, the underground music scene is so important and just so popping, just because you can hear new sounds being created.
I love that. I love that. So when it comes to, again, like this space and, your interviews and the red carpets, like, do you see yourself staying independent or do you see yourself kind of working with different networks and things like that?
I think that in this media game, it is important to have your own channel, your own situation where you're producing your own content that you want to have to the side. We've seen it with all these podcasts that have just sprouted up since the pandemic. You can be with a network and have your own production going simultaneously. And if your network don't want to have it, then you put it on your production. So I think that I do want to be affiliated with the network. It is something that just comes with that. Of course, the access, the W-2s, the pay, like all that good stuff.
The health insurance.
Right, the benefits, benefits.
Right, the benefits. I say health insurance because Georgia's health insurance sucks.
Yeah.
It's so bad. It's so bad. Georgia, do better. I don't know. What was the governor?
Brian Kemp.
Don't listen. She know more of these people than me. I try not to get into it.
Right.
But.
No, I think it's really important. If you ever want to have your own thing, the best way to learn is by being around it.
Yeah.
So I personally want to have my own network. So
Yeah.
it's just like, I feel like there's things that I still don't know. Like, how does a sales department run? Probably need to see what that looks like so I could make sure that I infiltrate that into my own. And I also think that it would be amazing to see one day, like, my name in Vogue magazine. Of course, we want to see it you want to see yourself on it, but like to have my own name in writing or anything that I've produced backed by a publication to where it's like, okay, hey, yeah, they're helping me set up my situation. I got 8 cameramen that I can do. I got the teleprompter. Sometimes it's independent. It'd be a little ghetto. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a little tough. Like,
We're going to get there.
Right. But it's just, the money that comes behind the network, like that's the access that I'm talking about. Like, people don't understand that, to go on the red carpet to get there, that's $100 that day that you probably didn't get paid for. So, and it's not just the man that make up the hair, it's the gas, it's the it's the
Food.
camera. You're right. It's the
Like,
parking. It's
oh,
it's
yeah.
everything. So
Oh, definitely the parking.
yeah, I definitely want to have a network that can, support me
Yeah.
in that journey. And it's not just like, oh, I need you to write for me,
Right.
but I have no way of helping you in those situations. Like,
Right.
It's going to cost you $100 that day, but thanks for the writing.
Right. Thanks for the exposure, y'all. But it's
Right,
like exposure does not pay bills. It
Right.
does not. And of course, I love to talk about current events as well because we are the beat. We're the pulse of the culture.
Yeah.
So right now, and like you said, you just left. You just did an event, a philanthropy event, and I just have to touch on this. Like a lot of us media personalities, we see Revolt.
Yeah.
As this big thing in Atlanta. We love Revolt. We love what it's doing. But with what's happening in the media right now, like how do you feel things will change with like the network? Like would you be one that would want to still be a part? Would you be one that's kind of like, I'll keep doing my own thing. Good luck to you guys.
Right. If Revolt called me and said, we got a show for you, we got a space for your show, and we got, $1 million, I'm probably going to be like, well, just don't let Diddy, I'm not going to get around Diddy too much.
Okay.
Like, I think that it is unfortunate what's going on with that situation. I think every dog will have its day. I think, justice has a funny way of, getting back out on you. So I don't think that the whole entirety of Revolt, though, is reflected by this one man.
I love it.
I do know that he has created a space for a lot of other Black entertainers and Black media moguls to be funded, receive grants, and receive opportunities. So as long as that continues to keep happening, I don't see that there's any real problem, working for Revolt.
Right.
I think I would be very cautious about working for Diddy personally.
Okay, there we go.
But at the same time, it's not like I can ignore the fact that it was settled.
Yeah.
When you're able to settle outside of court, we don't it's obviously bringing up other things. It might usher in the Me Too movement that we need as, the Black population. I think this is just, we need it. We need something to say that it's not okay how our women are being treated.
Yeah.
It's not okay that, more often than not, we go into these workspaces or something like that and we feel like we have to give up so much of ourselves just for a small opportunity at fame and money. So I think, this is just showing that we need to take our power back as women and find a way to not only respect ourselves, but find that voice to stick up for yourself when it's not working. And, if that means that you have to walk away from a situation, you got to walk away.
Right. No matter how hard it is, you got to walk away. Because I'm reading it and I'm like, I feel for her. And then it's also like, these are some of the things that people are just doing in their bedrooms.
Right.
These are just some of the things that they're doing, and you kind of have to have some awareness at the same time of what's happening in these rooms, but it's also like, yeah, you might be in a chokehold, but you're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to call the cops. Even in those moments, you might need to call the cops. Like, I don't care how big this person may be, you gotta stand up for yourself. And again, like, I love that we can separate, this is but everybody says, but can you separate it? I feel like us knowing how Revolt is functioned, it's also like there's a separation between the two.
Let me put it to you like this. The company Uber. We all know Uber.
Oh, yeah.
We all know Uber. I don't know if y'all watched the Netflix special, but before the special even came out, Uber got in a lot of trouble for sexual assault.
Yeah.
One of their CEOs got in trouble for that. He was really high up in the company. Does that stop us from using Uber?
No.
No, it does not. It doesn't stop people from working from Uber, right? But what they did is they got rid of that person.
Yeah.
So I think that what I would like to see is Revolt take an active stance and say that they are supporting, these situations as far as like, we're supporting the victims of domestic abuse and violence. Like, maybe if they did some donations, I think that there's some PR work that needs to be done to fix it.
But would it just be for a media day if they do that?
I mean, that's all that really is. I mean, I think that, time will always tell.
Yeah.
Just to associate this whole brand, but we know that it's Diddy. Like, are we going to stop drinking Ciroc now? Are we going to stop drinking Deleon?
I've been stopped drinking Ciroc, and I barely drink Deleon. So,
Okay.
but...
Yeah, I think, though, that he, to me, I was just talking to my family about this. I feel like he was like the antithesis, the other side, the East Coast version of Suge Knight.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, we have the West Coast side, so this is the East Coast. And I don't think I don't know anything for real.
Yeah.
And it kind of is even more bothersome because we were all ready to ride into the sunset with Cassie.
Oh, yeah.
But to the next day be like, and thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I got my money. Thank you very much. And I'm leaving. Like, what, girl?
We want more.
We were expecting
know
to hear the tea. Did he kill Tupac or not? Like, you know, that's what we were expecting to hear. But instead, we got you getting literal hush money. So it's kind of like, for me, with the ladies, you know, I've been a victim of domestic violence. I've had situations happen, and it is definitely difficult.
Yeah.
But we have got to support each other more, and I feel like she was receiving a lot of support from us. So I just think if you are experiencing these things, you have to go to law enforcement. You have to do your due diligence, and like, I feel like if you're 19 and you're in a situation with an older man and he asking you if you want to do drugs and you really don't want to do them drugs, don't do the drugs. Like, put them down, sis.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay. And I know the peer pressure. We know the peer
Right,
pressure. It's
we know.
hard. But you can also say no.
Right.
You can say no. You can go home.
And they give you all the classes, say no to drugs.
Right.
Like, you know, you see what happens. So
It's just hard.
you
It feels
know,
hard.
yeah.
It's like, as a woman, I want to be there. I want to say, no, I would never.
Right.
I would never. But I also know the reality of the situation is that
she just got wrapped up.
men
She
will
got
look
wrapped
at you. Men will look at you. You'll be beautiful. You'll be gorgeous, you know, like outside doing your thing, looking good. And these men will definitely try it.
They will try it.
They will
just
try
try
it.
a little bit of that. What is that?
Right.
Nah,
And just even in the media space, like,
oh yeah,
it's a
definitely
lot
in
of
the media space.
It's a lot of like, oh yeah, I got you if you do this, or if you can.
I could take some pictures for you if I
Right,
what like
right.
and
You just
please
got
be careful.
to
Yes.
sometimes you gotta say no, and it might hurt. Like, it might hurt to say no, but you gotta sometimes do it. Because then when you standing on business,
Big SOB.
okay,
Big SOB,
when you stand on it, it's like afterwards. Like, I think that's probably the hardest part in media, is thinking you have to go to everything. You have to be everywhere at all times. You got to be ready to spend your last dollar
Okay.
to get to this one red carpet event. But just say no, because
Right.
you need your dollars, okay? So, like, if the business ain't making sense, and by sense, I mean dollars, if it's not making, like, a lot of sense, then
And
you
you can't put a price on it either, y'all. Don't put a
Right.
price on it, cause like it all just intertwined. Like,
Right.
so I love how you said that to them.
Yeah,
You know,
I just
take
really
that.
think that in media it's easy to overextend yourself. It's even in the music world, it's easy to overextend yourself for a hope and a dream and a prayer.
Yeah.
So sometimes you gotta really think, like, this is a business that you're involving yourself in. So treat it accordingly. Treat it as such. Don't get wrapped up in hopes and dreams. Trust me, it's happened to me.
Okay.
I've been wrapped up in hopes and dreams and prayers and goodwill wishes, and then I'm looking over here with a negative something about bank account. Like, what happened?
Call him out.
I thought that.
Can I get?
I thought you was gonna cover my parking. No.
Oh, yeah.
No, I thought you was gonna cover this. No. Like, so you gotta.
Oh, you paid for this. We'll send it back. Never send it back.
Right.
So,
right. So I just think,
yeah.
you know, we gotta. Your opportunities are meant for you, and the ones that are truly meant for you will reveal themselves. So I think with this whole Revolt situation, if Revolt called me, I'm not going to necessarily say no to the interview.
But
you
we're
know?
gonna have to just figure out the logistics.
But yeah, I'm gonna
to
make
it.
sure that, you know, this is the contract that works for me. Like, okay, this is what I need. I'm not just gonna keep coming to all these events, you know, and having y'all be like, well, we still need it in approximately 48 hours. So I think just stand on business, y'all. All 2024. It's the best phrase that has been brought back to light, and I just think that. Yeah, no, I would still work for Revolt. I just think this whole situation is just showing the other side, which is not business. This is the part that we are struggling with, which is the domestic violence and abusing. So I definitely would still work for Revolt, though.
Okay. And then we're gonna leave on a lighter note, of
Right.
course. Tell me the 3 dishes that you will be making for the holiday season. And I say holiday because we got Christmas coming up too, so I don't want to just limit it to Thanksgiving.
Okay. So I'm normally in charge in the family of making the candied sweet potatoes.
Okay.
I was doing
and y'all heard,
yams.
so I had to ask because she said candied sweet potatoes.
Yes.
That's what you call them?
Yes. I know that most people call them yams.
Okay.
Right? Because I was using like the Bruce's can of yams.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I was
Okay.
like, let me stop doing that.
Okay.
Let me take
You
it
make
way
it from
more
scratch.
scratchy.
Okay,
Yeah, we
that's what we
boil
like.
them, cut them up. Then we put all the secret ingredients in there. And yeah, of course, we got to put the jumbo marshmallows on top.
Okay, I was going to say
Of course,
marshmallows,
that's
no
on top.
marshmallows.
That's on the toppy top. Yes, and then I guess if I'm called upon to make anything else, I will just help cook in the house. I love calling. I love when my mom asks me to help cook because then I'm like, I'm needed.
Yeah.
So yeah.
This is the space I'm good at.
Right.
Okay.
I'm more the side dish queen though.
Okay.
Like I'm making, and I am half white, y'all. So I am making a green bean casserole.
Okay, I might need to try it.
It is so good.
I've
I feel
never had
like
it.
black people always be looking like sideways at it, but y'all still be getting
Do you
it.
put bacon in it?
I do not put bacon in it.
Okay, I don't know.
To me, like it's a predominantly vegetarian dish.
Okay.
I figured that out because it's made with cream of mushroom, green beans, and then fried onions on top.
Okay.
So you're gonna have hot breath after eating it, but that's okay though, because just bring your stretchy pants, like nobody cares. Right. But I'm gonna probably do that, and then I'm like the beverage girly in the house, so I think I'm making a fall sangria for everyone to enjoy as well.
Okay, share me that recipe.
Yes,
Yeah, I've been on my wine right now.
Yeah.
Like, no hard liquors, so I would like to try your sangria.
Mine's always does come with a little liquor in it. This
Okay.
one comes with brandy, so I like to try like different ones.
Brandy's
Yeah.
like an old person drink.
I know. I always try to do like something different, and like I think last year I did like a pear gin fizz.
Okay.
And yeah, I was a gin girl last year, and you gotta really be careful with gin because you have like two and you're really lit. So
yeah, I had the gin and tonics be lit.
Yeah,
so
skinny drinks.
Exactly.
Skinny drinks.
Try one of those.
But yeah, that's what
And
I'm
then again, so lastly, I know I keep saying before we go because this is what we got to do. But tell the people what you're working on, how we can support you, and where we should find you at.
Yes, so right now, of course, I am with In the City magazine. If you would like to be a part of the magazine, get yourself published. If you're a model, photographer, entrepreneur, you definitely want to be in these amazing pages. We've got another issue coming out in December. So make sure that you follow us at In the City magazine. I am the editor, so I'll be reading over everybody's writings and making sure it look amazing before I go out.
Is that hard?
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
You gotta know how to spell and stuff, and it's like
I don't know how to
you gotta
spell.
learn how to read really well, like
Okay.
really well.
And do you read to like their tone, or do you read to like your tone?
I read for it's more like reading for like copywriting. So it's like I will pretty much let somebody's tone slide, but when it comes to like misspellings or grammar or like the sentence is not even finished, that's what I'm looking for. Like, so, okay, this is all wrong. Now you need to fix it. But you can still put your tone in it. Like, that's the best part about writing is like writing in your own voice. But sometimes like you might think that you're saying something, but you're really not saying anything. Like, oh my gosh, what was something that I saw? It was like someone had said something about like having like long lost cousin or something like that, but like completely spelling it wrong and just like the way they spelled everything. I was like, I see what you're trying to say. You got to say it differently now. So just, you can say this, but it would look like this instead.
Yeah,
So.
I write how I talk, and I be talking all circles and everything. So when I write, I can tell a good story, but the sentences might not be complete. Might forget that punctuation. I probably spelled something wrong. That's why I love iPhone now. You gonna fix it for me.
Right.
But
the art of proofreading is just, even I like just always know you got to read it 3 times. I mean, I'll read my stuff over and I'll still find it like a misspelling. I'm like, God dang. But no, so that's In the City. And then if you want to follow me, it's MILLYROCK_approved. So it's MILLEYROCK_approved. Because if it doesn't have approved behind it, you can't trust it. And I am working on a couple things. I'm working on something for music called a Music Moment for In the City magazine. We're going to be interviewing different artists who are in the city having their music moment. So is it a music moment that is here to stay, or is it just for a day? That's what we're going to find out.
That.
So that will be coming very soon. And then, of course, MILLY Rock Approved will be in the streets, as always, giving what's hot, never what's not, experiences, restaurants, movies, film, television. You can always come to my page.
Fashion, boom.
Yes,
okay.
period. You can always come to my page to find out what's hot, what's not. And, of course, any event that you see me at, please pull up.
Period.
Please pull up.
And I love your nails. Just do a little quick nail cam. Nail cam. Okay. Cute.
Little fall action. Shout out to Sandy's Nails in Woodstock. Yes.
Okay. Listen, y'all. It's Sheek, and this is The Beat. I love you all so much. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And until next time, bye.